So back to the home screen, and a better way to actually access the manual toggling of low power mode is to add it to Control Center. Now, if I actually swipe down from the top, you'll see by default it's not included within Control Center. But if I tap and hold and then say add a control, and then, well, we could scroll down, but what I will do is go ahead and just tap into search controls and type in LOW. And there is my low power mode icon. I can tap that, and that's now added to my Control Center. And again, if I just tap away, okay, so it's currently switched on. I can go ahead, click it once, it's switched off. And if I want to switch it back on again, just tap again. Now, I'm actually going to switch it off for the purposes of this demonstration because one thing that it does do is it switches your auto lock to 30 seconds, and that can cause complications when I'm recording the screencast. So I'll just leave it off for now, and then I'll show you different ways to switch it back on again. Now, if you're wondering why you might want to switch on low power mode, even if your battery is high, I use this all the time if I'm traveling, if I know I'm going to be away from a charger for a length of time. I just go ahead and switch on low power mode, and that gives me the extended battery life to last me throughout the day if I haven't got access to a charger. So low power mode can even be useful when you have a fully charged battery. But an even better way to access low power mode is to set up an automation so that it kicks in whenever your battery falls below a certain level, say 50%, 40%, or whatever. And I have that set up on my iPhone, especially useful if you've been using the beta releases of iOS 26, because they are usually very, very heavy on the battery. And if you are using it all day and you want to make sure it lasts to the end of the day, you really do need to enable low power mode as it starts to fall. So let me show you how to do that. So I've got my shortcuts application here on the home screen. If I go into shortcuts, no shortcuts set up at the moment. I go to automation and say new automation. Now these are some personal automations. If I just scroll down, you will see as we get to the bottom. Now there is an option for low power mode, but that is to set up an automation when low power mode is turned on or off. What we actually want is battery level. Let's say 30%. So if my battery falls below 30%, I want to run immediately. I don't want to run after confirmation because every time it tries to run, it will prompt me. So I just want it to run immediately. I don't necessarily want a notification when it runs. I'll just go ahead and say next. And then I'll do a search again for low. There we go, set low power mode. So I'll just go ahead and tap that. And we'll say done. Okay, so when my battery level falls below 30%, low power mode will kick in automatically. Now on my iPhone, there is no need to set up an alternative one so that when the battery level rises above a certain level to switch it off. It tends to do that automatically, but I'm not sure if you would need to do that on an older iPhone. So you might want to put in another automation so that when your battery level, once you're charging, goes above, say, 80%, it will switch low power mode off.